Hey everyone, the Unreal Engine 5 preview is now available. This is a huge step forward from early access. It has a ton of performance improvements, and it's a huge step closer to a full production-ready release. There are a lot of little new features and changes, as well as some big ones that I cannot wait to make videos on. And there's a few things here that you might be pretty easy to miss that are pretty big. Especially some animation related things that I'm really excited to cover on the channel. So I'm not going to go through this whole page here, but I'm going to go over some of the big stuff, and the link will be in the description below. Go check it out, grab the preview, play around with it. I'm going to be streaming either tomorrow, Wednesday, or Friday. I'll let you guys know in the Discord which day it is, and I'm just going to be streaming my first impressions of some of this stuff. And, well, I cannot wait to, I already said it before, I cannot wait to cover this stuff individually in a series of videos. So, first off, Neonite, there's performance improvements, there's per instance selection, per instance/actor custom data, UI to batch convert assets to or from Neonite, and support for all view nodes. If you were to go to like the wireframe view mode or a couple of other view modes before, you might have seen that the Neonite meshes weren't there. It looks like they might be there now, which is nice. So Lumen, performance improvements, but the biggest thing here looks like now has full hardware ray tracing support. Before it was all software ray tracing and distance field based, and you could tell it to use hardware ray tracing, but it wouldn't actually change anything. So I'm really excited to try this out. Improve final gather quality, especially on foliage, glossy reflections and translucency, a translucency final gather, and landscape support, another really awesome thing. So there's some improvements with virtual shadow maps with performance, support for more non-Neonite mesh types, and support for more material types for foliage, two-sided, and subsurface, which is great. I actually noticed some weird-looking issues with the virtual shadow maps and subsurface profile materials in some of the work I was doing in Unreal Engine 5 preview. Early access. So it's really exciting to see that they have that stuff worked out. So there's some path tracer improvements, world partition improvements with landscape support, sequencer support, new streaming source shapes, which is nice. Before it was just a sphere or a circle. Now looks like there's going to be some more shapes. One file per actor improvements, large world coordinates, which is really awesome. If I remember correctly, the coordinate system currently in Unreal Engine 4 is a 32-bit float-based system. It's moving up to 64-bit floats, I believe, and I know it's 64-bit. I'm not sure if they're doing floats or a different variable type. I'm pretty sure it's 64-bit floating point, though, and it's going to allow us to create huge worlds. And I definitely want to cover this and do some comparisons in a future video, because when you get pretty far out, not really far, but really far out in Unreal Engine 4, you run into floating point errors where there's not the accuracy in the 32 bits to really do all the calculations the engine needs to do because you're so far out. So it's super exciting that we're getting large world coordinates, and that combined with the new world partition system should really improve what we can do with huge worlds in the engine. We also have new animation features. There are some new things with the control rig, graph debugging, dynamic hierarchy, spline tools, the ability to create functions that can be shared between control rigs, and we have distance matching and pose warping inside of the Unreal Engine 5 preview now. So distance matching, pretty much lots of what I covered in my own previous videos, but there's also this new pose warping, which dynamically adjusts the pose of the animation to better match the motion of the in-game character. I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but I'm super excited to find out and to cover it on the channel. There are new animation blueprint templates where you can create a blueprint separate from any skeleton, where you can't put in specific animations, but you can create all of your underlying animation blueprint structure, and then you can, I'm guessing, create a child of that blueprint, assign it to a skeleton, and then slot in the animations you want into slots that you create in that parent and blueprint. A lot of this is conjecture. That's just what I'm getting from this paragraph of text, how I think it would probably work. Again, we'll be looking at all this stuff in future videos. This is all extremely exciting. Now the new IK rig and IK retargeter is huge, and it's easy to miss the implications of it. So I'm just going to read this here. These two new features make it easier and more efficient to animate skeletal characters in the Unreal Editor. The IK rig enables you to interactively create solvers and goals that perform pose editing for your skeletal meshes. A common use case is to adjust a character additively while maintaining the existing animation, such as a moving character looking at a target. So this is stuff we were already doing in other ways, so I'll definitely look into this. It's not nearly as big as this next thing. The IK retargeter enables you to rapidly and robustly transfer animations between characters of different proportions across different skeletons. Now this is huge. The retargeting can be done either at runtime or for offline creation of new animation assets. Now I have a GDC talk linked in the description below from Ubisoft, where they're talking about an IK retargeter that they created with some absolutely amazing features, and I think this might be something very similar, and there's just some huge implications. I cannot wait to make videos on it. I've been wanting something like this to come to Unreal for a really long time. I even tried to haphazardly put together some control rig blueprints to try to approximate some of these things in the past. Didn't work out. Really awesome. Check out that GDC talk. It's fantastic, and I'm super excited for something similar to be coming to Unreal Engine 5. Now with Metasounds, you can create Metasounds inside of Metasounds. I'm not too familiar with it. I'm not much of an audio person. There are a list of there's a complete list of updates in the Unreal Engine 5 preview forum topic, and I really, guys, just come to the link in the description, go to the forum, read through everything, grab the preview, start playing around. Super, super exciting, awesome new things here, and I cannot wait to cover them and to do some streams sometime this week with my first impressions on some of the new features. And, well, I think that's it for this video. Apparently I'm back to my 2-video a week schedule, at least for this week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.